Last year, we produced for our YouTube channel a video, one of our most popular ones, which detailed the refurbishment of a 1986 Aston Martin V8. The video content was a case study detailing the many ways in which, using our considerable knowledge of Astons from the 1970s and 80s, we were able to refurbish, upgrade and personalise this classic V8 model. Latterly, the venerable V8s from that era have become popular to a new and younger generation of enthusiasts and collectors of classic cars. A generation which grew up with this model in their backgrounds, perhaps having seen them in their youth at Earl's Court or NEC motor shows, in magazines, or maybe even having had a poster of a V8 on their bedroom walls. In what feels like another life today, I was very fortunate to work for Aston Martin during the 1970s and through the 80s, when these cars were in production, and I had the honour to have supplied in all possibility the majority of these now classic Aston Martins when they were new, and have had many fond memories of the varied clients from many backgrounds and circumstances who bought from me in those days. In this video, I would like to show you another case study of the refurbishment and upgrading we've now completed on another V8. The 1983 Volante we've recently completed, one originally supplied to the Sultan of Brunei via Aston Martin Sales, where I worked in the day, has been an ideal candidate for a refurbishment and upgrade program. The car which we acquired earlier this year, with having had just 2 owners and 11,000 miles, was ideal. On hearing we'd just purchased this car earlier in the year, a visionary and new client who had become fascinated by last year's V8 refurbishment video purchased this car and commissioned us to complete what has been an extensive refurbishment and upgrade program, with a brief to incorporate a number of discrete and established upgrades. The collaboration has produced what we hope you'll agree is a tastefully upgraded and improved V8, completed over a 9-month period, which, with care and maintenance, should go on providing great pleasure to its new owner and its next custodians for another 40 years. So, let's run through the various exterior works undertaken and completed. To summarise, when we purchased this car, the largely original paintwork had degenerated, showing some signs of micro-blistering on many of the panels. Various chrome works, including the bumpers, had started to pit and corrode. The original hood had pulled and become torn in the corners, and the interior hide-covered seats, while showing very little signs of wear, had deteriorated. The foam cushioning was turning to dust, the carpets showing their age, and sections of the lacquer finish on the burr walnut interior panels had become cracked. Originally painted in special colour blue Rebo for its first owner, all windscreens, bumpers, handles, lamps, window frames, mirrors and exterior fittings were removed. All the paint was removed to expose the aluminium body and carefully inspect the body for any defects or oxidization. This was the moment to pre-fit the new POW front valance and reprofile the wheel arches to the later and slightly wider profile as applied to the 25 Prince of Wales specification cars built late in the 1980s. This arch profile accommodates the larger 16-inch Ronal wheels and tyres, we were yet to fit to the car. In order to perfectly replicate the wheel arch shape, we took a 3D scan from an original POW Volante, giving us the ability to replicate the shape with absolute accuracy. Extensive research then took place to find the deepest and darkest blue colour requested, and after many attempts we produced the colour here, Spiro Blue, a non-metallic paint finish which we, and importantly the new owner, agree complements the car's body shape. Other exterior works to complete the modern and luxurious specification of this car include refinishing the front grille with a bright finish, a period special request option rather than the original black, rechroming bright work where needed, and remodelling the bumpers to delete the original overriders. The original 15-inch BBS alloy wheels and turbo steel tyres have been replaced with Vantage-type 16-inch Ronal polished wheels with Michelin Pilot Sport tyres, providing a modern look and improving road holding. And finally, the fabrication of a new dark blue mohair type convertible hood to replace the original blue Everflex covering, more of which will be explained later in the video. To keep the paintwork looking as good as it does now for the long term, the paintwork has been sealed with G-Technic ceramic serum. Considerable time and effort have been applied on the cleaning and detailing of the engine bay, the cam covers and air take-in box removed and repainted in the original correct paint finish, and the engine bay ice blasted to remove in-ground dirt and grime accumulated over the previous 40 years.
My name's Adam Chappell and I'm the trim shop manager here at Nicholas Me & Company. This has been another exceptionally busy year here in the trim department. We've been doing everything from minor repairs, customisation projects and projects like this, full interior retrims. Keeping myself and the team busy over the past few months has been this project car, a 1983 V8 Volante. It's one of the biggest projects we've done here at Nicholas Me and one of the most in-depth that I have personally carried out in my 15-year career. When evaluating the car's interior condition, we found it to be in generally good order, befitting the car's relatively low mileage. However, our client wanted a as-new interior with a few bespoke touches. So a couple of the bespoke items the client requested was this POW style centre arm rest, complete with interior wall cloth lined cubby box and USB port for charging phones and satellite navigation. Also the sunken switches in the centre console, complete with wooden veneer lid for your sunglasses or sugar cube for your ponies. So upon client request, we've gone for a slightly more modern hide inside. It's still Connolly, but it's a Parkside range, which is a more modern feel with a slightly less crushed grain. The Venetian blue on the carpet binding and piping really set off well against the pale magnolia. So another requirement from our client was a new mohair hood to replace the Everflex one. So it's been done in navy blue, new wall cloth headlining, all new insulation, elastic and perspex rear screen. We really feel this completes the modern look of the car and hopefully will last another 40 years.
As can happen with the interior wood veneers, after 40 years, some of the panels were found to be faded or cracked. These were removed from the car and sent to our veneer refurbishment specialists. They were then finished in the darkest possible shade and then refitted to the car. The air conditioning system has been regassed and is now working correctly and cooling efficiently. As our client lives in London and is nervous about breaking the 20-mile-an-hour speed limit, we have obtained a digital speedometer, which we have, of course, trimmed in Venetian blue hide, in an attempt to incorporate this into the interior as much as possible. Finally, finishing up the works completed in the interior. To provide functionality the client required, the original Pioneer audio system, which no doubt would have cost a fortune when new, has been removed. But to retain the correct period look, a new Blaupunkt Bremen head unit has been fitted, which has modern functionality such as DAB radio and Bluetooth connectivity, along with more powerful speakers installed in the original locations, powered by a new amplifier installed under the passenger seat. In total, the interior works took about 3 months and was hugely rewarding. We are very proud of the finished results and believe we have achieved the client's brief of an all-new interior which looks and feels more modern and luxurious.
So with the exterior refurbishment complete, the interior refreshed, and the car receiving a thorough mechanical and electrical overhaul, road tested, and after final cleaning in our detailing department, here we have it, this superb 1983 V8 Volante. Recorded to be one of less than only 134 Weber carburetor equipped V8 Volantes built in right-hand drive configuration. This between 1979 and 1985, as unveiled for the first time to its enthusiastic and appreciative new owner in November this year. Completed in approximately 9 months during the course of 2024. From its slightly run-down condition when purchased to its current high standards, against an exacting brief to bring the car to an as-new condition. Bearing in mind this car, now 40 years old, has had the level of refurbishment and upgrades, attention to detail that's gone into it, we'd like to think this car, well, is good for the next 40 years. If you happen to be an Aston V8 owner and any aspect of this video is of interest to you, our service and aftercare team will be delighted to hear from you to provide further information on the refurbishment process and the various menu options available. We hope you have found this video informative and enjoyable. Do check out our YouTube channel for similar videos and subscribe for more.